The following is a paid program for Swing Wizzard, brought to you by Wizzard Golf LLC. Are you ready? The wait is finally over. Experience the Swing Wizzard, the revolutionary golf training aid endorsed by Jim McLean, teacher of PGA and LPGA Tour champions. Swing Wizzard, the first and only product that instantly identifies your swing plane, swing path, club face position, creates timing and tempo, promotes proper impact position, and builds a consistent, repeatable swing that will lower your score. Guaranteed. The Swing Wizzard's patented design takes your focus off pounding away at golf balls and works strictly on building solid swing mechanics. Stay tuned to hear what other PGA instructors and golfers of all levels have to say about the Swing Wizzard. Now here's Jim McLean.
One of the things you can use the Swing Wizzard for is checkpoints. And I'm fanatical about getting positions and great checkpoints into your golf swing. In fact, I wrote the 8-Step Swing book many years ago. I've done DVDs on it. I've done shows on the Golf Channel on it. It's really been an effective tool at all of my golf schools.
I usually struggle with the backswing, so when I get the Swing Wizzard in my hand, I can actually feel that good backswing position, that good halfway back position. Usually when I struggle, my golf club just feels heavy and out of balance, but when I swing the Swing Wizzard, I can ingrain that good swing, that good backswing that's on plane, and it's just easy. I'm just swinging and ingraining that good muscle memory.
That was the hardest thing for him to teach to me, is you can't really teach it, I guess. You have to feel it. And when I used the tool last week, it really, I don't know how, but I felt the swing plane and it just evened out my swing, because normally it's pretty vertical, and it made it right on, hit the ball perfect afterwards.
Golfers talk about being in the slot all the time, or they talk about a slot swing. And what they're talking about is repeatable swing. Something that you can count on under pressure. Now obviously the tour players have a very repeatable swing. They have an on-plane downswing. They're in the slot. They have the positions that they need to have as you approach the impact zone. And that also includes how your body moves, your movements of your body, the angles of your body as you come into impact. Now when you have a repeatable swing, it's something that you can depend on when you have to hit a green, when you're under a little pressure yourself. You can hit the green when you need to. And that means that you have this club in the right place in the downswing motion from halfway down to halfway through, the critical impact zone. And this is where the Swing Wizzard can really help you, because you can use it at your home for a few minutes a day. Use it in front of a mirror to get into a really strong impact position, get your body into position, and then you'll have a swing that gets in the slot a lot more often. It's a place we all want to be, of course, all the time. It's a little bit elusive. If you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know how to get the club face square, if you can't get the club on plane, you don't really know what it is, how are you going to do it? So that's where the Swing Wizzard is really going to be beneficial to you.
Do you want a more consistent and repeatable swing? Increased distance? Solid, crisp iron shots? Then call now and order your Swing Wizzard today. 1-844-949-9273 or 1-844-WIZZARD.
Just a natural swing. That's the best thing about the Swing Wizzard. It just tells you right there, bam, you're in the slot, you're coming back through the slot. Perfect, just a perfect little angle there. Damn, bang, you know, right there, Swing Wizzard. Perfect, right in the slot, every time. And the best thing about the Swing Wizzard, if you get a little loopy, you know, it'll tell you if you go out, if you come in, just by looking at that club head down there, what the Swing Wizzard just tells you if you're out of your slot, if you're in the slot when you're coming back. That's what it's just instant feedback.
The sheer weight and balance of the tool made it feel unique to the way that I was swinging the golf club and the way that it could help me with my swing. I used the Swing Wizzard for probably a total of 15, 20 minutes at the very most before I was hitting balls like that on the range.
When you purchase the Swing Wizzard, you'll receive a set of aim sticks, an in-depth instructional DVD from inventor Keith Rogers, and personal instruction from Jim McLean, teacher of PGA and LPGA Tour champions. So call now, 1-844-WIZZARD.
Being an instructor, I'm sure you've seen an array of swings and flaws and issues and problems.
The things that I see most off of with people that I teach is the club coming back way too inside right away. And you can see that right away. You know, that club is pointing that way. You know, the club is inside the hands. You can just tell them to keep the club and let it go down their left leg. And then the club is outside the hands, which is in a perfect position.
I was just like a lot of golfers out there. I spent hours mindlessly pounding away at golf balls, hoping that somehow miraculously I was going to get better. The truth is, nobody ever got better at practicing the wrong thing. The reality was, I just got better at being really bad, which led me to the birth of this product. Out of my own passion for this wonderful game, my sincere desire to improve, I started looking at ways to help me identify my swing playing. Because for me, it seemed to be my struggle point. So I spent a lot of time really trying to understand what swing playing was and how to get there, which led me to this great product. You're gonna notice that the product is portable. You can carry it with you to the club, on the range. You can use this at your home, office, wherever it's convenient for you to use. So simply start by screwing your Swing Wizzard together, ensuring that once the two clubs are joined firmly and tightly and making a good connection, you're ready to get started.
I'm going to show you a couple things that most people do not know, and it's how you create the X in the golf swing. I'm pretty well known for doing the X factor, which is how the body moves in the golf swing, and I'm also going to talk about that later on. But right now I'm going to talk about the shaft and how the club works in the golf swing for 98% of the top players in the world. What I'm going to do is use an aim stick right here, down here on the ground, to indicate the ball target line. Now you could use the base of a wall, you can use a crack in the flooring, anything that indicates a target line. You could also just put a ball down here on the ground to indicate where your start point is. So what I'm going to show you right now is another X, and that is as the club goes away and goes up in its orbit around my body, the bottom club is going to point down at the ground inside the target line. So that's getting the club more on balance going back. What we don't want to see is the club getting off balance, which I see a lot of amateur golfers do. One of the things they try to do is take the club to the inside to help them hook the golf ball to hit a stronger shot, and they get the club very horizontal to the ground, very off balance, very weak. So most PGA Tour players are going to get the club actually up where the bottom part of the Swing Wizzard is going to point at the ground inside the target line. It's okay if you take the club back and point it actually right on the target line. That would be kind of the theoretical perfect golf swing. But in fact, most players do this. And then as they go up to the top and start down and they transition, as they do that, the club falls in. A pro teacher calls it the fall-in move. And when that happens, the shaft goes from this more vertical orientation to a flatter orientation right on plane. And that sort of naturally happens with your move to the forward leg. But you can practice this in the mirror, taking that club up, getting the bottom shaft to point inside the original ball target line, go up to the top, and then as you start it down, point it right at that target line coming down.
Do you want a more consistent and repeatable swing? Increased distance? Solid, crisp iron shots that will get you on the green in fewer strokes? Then call now and order your Swing Wizzard today. 1-844-949-9273 or 1-844-WIZZARD.
Well, the Swing Wizzard is obviously longer and a bit heavier than a regular golf club. But after using it, you get the same initial feel of the momentum of the golf club coming through the hitting area in a very solid way so that you're in front of the golf ball and you do not release the golf club early.
Okay, McKinley, we're going to work on this a little bit. I'm going to give you some ideas here. What I'm going to help you with the Swing Wizzard is that there's understanding the bottom of the swing. And the bottom of the swing is actually in front of the ball.
Okay.
And not behind the ball.
I found with my students that the minute they come off the Swing Wizzard and go to their own golf club, immediate results, quality golf shots, immediately.
When you purchase the Swing Wizzard, you'll receive a set of aim sticks, an in-depth instructional DVD from inventor Keith Rogers, and personal instruction from Jim McLean, teacher of PGA and LPGA Tour champions. So call now, 1-844-WIZZARD.
In the 8-step swing book is when you go the other way. And a lot of people tend to go flat, steep. That is a big-time death move in golf. You start down with that shaft pointing inside the plane line on the downswing, it's all over. You're coming from the outside, you're going to hit the toe of the club 99% of the time, and you're going to chicken wing it going through. So this is such an important part to learn in your golf swing. And with the Swing Wizzard, you can practice this all the time. You can see easily if I've got this thing pointed inside the ball target line, and then easily if it's dropping on plane. That's what you want to see in your swing. So it's up here and the club falls down. It creates this little X. That's the first X I actually saw when I studied a lot of video. Did a lot of work studying and how the club works. This is what most pros do. So remember, this is a key move. One other thing I wanted to mention about the Swing Wizzard is we've been using a pole or something to put into a 9-iron or something for a long time, but it doesn't balance out, and it also doesn't show one really crucial thing, and that is when you go up to the top here, this bottom line is going to be parallel to the ball target line, and that's how you know if this club is square at the top. And a lot of people have no concept of what square at the top is. But when these two guys balance out, and I'm looking at the front edge of this golf club, if it's parallel to the ball target line, then your club face here at the top is also going to be square. So it's a fabulous way to understand a square club face at the top of your backswing.
Before I used this product, I was a 20 handicap. In just 4 months of using the Swing Wizzard, it took me down to a 4 handicap.
I was a self-taught golfer, been playing for a long time, but never took any lessons or anything. And I had a terrible slice. I mean, I tried everything that I could think of to straighten it out. But once I got the Swing Wizzard, it was amazing. It straightened it right out. Virtually immediately too. Once I realized how it is to be on plane, that was a whole revelation to me. It was like, oh, that's how it's supposed to feel. And that's what changed my game.
With a lot of my students with the Swing Wizzard, what they've noticed is when they're doing those bad swings on the range, just a couple bad shots, they'll immediately grab the Swing Wizzard, do a couple good swings where they're feeling that club, feeling the good correct motions in the body, and then after that, after a few good swings with the Swing Wizzard, they go ahead and grab their regular golf club, they're doing good shots, and they're just saying, gosh, it's just like magic. All of a sudden they're swinging good again. That good feel is back into their body.
So I haven't been using this Swing Wizzard for too long, but I noticed improvements almost right away. Hit some balls with just a normal 7-iron, took the Swing Wizzard for about 10 minutes and just noticed my swing was a lot more smooth. And I think a big deal of it was the weight of the Swing Wizzard, and then when I put a club in my hand, it felt like a feather. So I was forced to not swing as hard. It feels it feels relaxed. I mean, you don't take a big full backswing, you don't take a huge follow through. It's just finding that plane, and it feels very good in your hands.
Do you want a more consistent and repeatable swing? Increased distance? Solid, crisp iron shots? Then call now and order your Swing Wizzard today. 1-844-949-9273 or 1-844-WIZZARD.
When I started with the Swing Wizzard, it really got me in a groove. I could see where my club plane was coming through at the wrong angle. And, you know, I just started working on my groove at my house, right out in the driveway. And then I started going to the driving range, and I noticed that I was hitting the ball further, straighter, you know, and I wasn't uncomfortable.
After using this club for a while, some of the fellows in the club started accusing me of taking lessons. And that wasn't any truth to that. I've just been practicing with this club.
Hey, Scott. How are you? Good. Good. This is a Swing Wizzard. All right? I'd like to have you swing it a little bit. Tell me what you think. I want you to take a very slow, controlled backswing and back through impact, because what I want you to feel is how this moves with your body. So as you take it back in your top of your backswing, what I want you to be aware of is the angle of this shaft here, because that's gonna give you the feedback on where your swing plane is at. Mm-hmm. The nice part is you're gonna be able to do all that now without pulling your body out of position to check yourself, and be cognizant of this plane as it's coming down, because what this is gonna help you do is create a consistent swing plane from shot to shot. And one of the biggest problems is most people are inconsistent with keeping a similar plane throughout their games. So this is going to help train your body to feel where everything's at in your shot.
And understanding the smooth, slow swing that the Swing Wizzard has just reinforced really allows a much smoother swing with your regular club as well. Absolutely will help with the tempo and with grooving your consistent swing because it does give you that feedback throughout the swing, and the added weight allows you to get some momentum, to get that muscle memory and really retain what you're doing.
When you purchase the Swing Wizzard, you'll receive a set of aim sticks, an in-depth instructional DVD from inventor Keith Rogers, and personal instruction from Jim McLean, teacher of PGA and LPGA Tour champions. So call now, 1-844-WIZZARD.
Hello there, I'm Jim McLean. You know, through all the years of seeing thousands of golfers go through the Jim McLean golf schools, I found one thing to be true. The backswing, and in many ways the golf swing, is really overrated. Johnny Miller and I did a golf clinic together many years ago, and we talked about beautiful swings, and he really reiterated that the beautiful swings sometimes aren't so perfect, and that's because impact is where you get good, consistent golf shots. And that's what this is all about. That's why I'm so excited about the new swing product, the Swing Wizzard. The first time that Keith Rogers, the inventor of the Swing Wizzard, asked me to try it, I was sold.
The swing actually felt a lot lighter. And so because the club is actually double the club, you're swinging on essentially two clubs at one time. It's a bit of a heavy club. So after swinging it a couple of times, and especially in the backswing and even in the middle of the downswing, the moment I put the club back in my hands and started swinging that and actually hitting some balls, it felt a lot lighter. And when it feels lighter, you can actually increase the club head speed. So that's really the cool thing about the Swing Wizzard, is that you can actually increase that club head speed the moment that you go from swinging the Swing Wizzard and then swinging your own golf club. And the transition's very easy and almost automatic. So that's really the great thing about this product.
What I love about the Swing Wizzard is it allows my visual students to see where the club face is. It's so hard to teach. Like looking back up here, and it takes you out of your posture and you're looking up. This allows you to just stay down. Also, the weight of it slows you down, allows you to check yourself on the way back and through. And then once you get your regular club in your hand, it feels featherweight. Like, it's awesome. You can hit it a mile.
You were one of the first instructors to see the training aid and actually inquire about it and start using it.
it really helps me help the student understand what plane is, and actually kind of a circular motion. I mean, it's not a perfect circle, you know, but what it does is it helps me show them, hey, when I go back, okay, what is actually a circle? Instead of, sometimes they're trying to take the club in and out because of all the thoughts they've heard from all their friends. And it's a simple, quick way to help them understand, oh, that's what it feels like. Well, for me to create a feel, I can say a lot of things, but I cannot tell you how you feel. And that's a fantastic piece. Then it helps me help people understand, like when they rotate through the ball, also, well, what's that position like? You know, and it can only go so far. You can't finish with it, but it's perfect because the critical piece is from backswing through impact.
A bad shot kind of resonates in my hand. I feel the vibration, and then a good shot is just like butter, nice and smooth and easy.
Call now and order your Swing Wizzard today. 1-844-949-9273 or 1-844-WIZZARD.
I'm talking about a great golf swing for you with great swing mechanics, and that's what the Swing Wizzard can really help you achieve. And when we talk about great swing mechanics, we're talking about the impact zone, and even more specific, impact. Now, when you get to impact, we're looking for that lead arm. For me as a right-hander, my left arm to be forward and my left wrist to be flat. There is a line from the Swing Wizzard right up through my left arm all the way to my left shoulder. That's called the line of compression. That's what we're looking for. That's how you smash a golf ball.
Do you want a more consistent and repeatable swing? Increased distance? Solid, crisp iron shots? Then call now and order your Swing Wizzard today. 1-844-949-9273 or 1-844-WIZZARD.
It felt good after I was working with the Swing Wizzard. I hit some balls, and I could really feel the club head coming down, not only at the top, but all the way down through impact as well. I could feel what the Swing Wizzard was working on with squaring up the club face at impact. With me not being able to play as much as I'd like, it definitely helps with a quick tune-up, quick fine-tune on the range where I can swing that for a few minutes out there and get my feel back right away.
And in Colorado, with over 300 good quality golf days, I've used it over 100 times a year with my students, both for full swing and for short game use. In full swing, it's a great tool in that it's portable, number one, very lightweight, but it's got some features and benefits that are incredible for the golf swing. Number one is when you set up and start that takeaway, the path of that swing is critical to somebody getting that club on the right path. This club allows you to keep this golf club parallel to the ground and get the visual of it being over your toe line, which is very important. From there, if you just naturally turn, if you get to the top of your swing, now the bottom half of the golf club will show you face angle as well as path angle. From there, it's a tempo-based move right back to the ball with an extension through impact, and the extension part is the critical part, because an error in a golf swing for most players is an early release. And this golf club does not allow you to release early for two reasons. One, the extension of the shaft will hit you in your left side, thus stopping the golf club from any momentum. And then number two, you've got the club right in front of you to visually see where the golf club is being swung. And that is extremely important in the full swing.
Now, it's pretty obvious that I'm shooting this in a really nice climate. I'm in Scottsdale, Arizona at Sunridge Canyon. I've got a golf school here. Great place. But a lot of you are up north in the northern climates, and during the winter, you're going to have a lot of indoor time. Now, this is a great time to use the Swing Wizzard. You can use it for so many things that are productive. You can use it like when you're up against the mirror where you can look and see it from both sides. You can see down the target line and the face-on view and really see the positions in your swing that count. You can see if you're getting that club on the power line. You can see if the club face is square. And what's really critical is you can see your impact alignments and getting that club forward. And with the big club, you have some weight, and the double-ended club really allows you to see whether that club face is square or not. So the practice that you can do indoors with the Swing Wizzard is so critical to your improvement. You'll be shocked when you come back in the springtime and go out and see the improvement in your golf swing.
one of the most important things is there's a great book. I play with Hogan clubs. They're old school. I don't think it's really about all the great technology as far as golf clubs go. You still have to hit the golf ball. And growing up, one of the best books I ever got was Hogan's 5 Fundamentals of Golf. And the most difficult chapter in there to understand is swing plane. And I think if Hogan were to see something like this, or this tool, he would be like, wow, this is exactly what I'm trying to explain. You have to experience it, you have to feel it. And in something like this, you actually feel, okay, now I understand what you're trying to teach me. So it's a great visual aid to understand swing plate.
At the very top level of golf on the LPGA Tour, the PGA Tour, power is huge. But you have to combine that with consistency. I know that from working with Lexi Thompson, who's the longest hitter on the LPGA Tour, but she also hits it very consistent. She hits the center of the club face all the time. I also did that with Keegan Bradley, working with Keegan for 5 years. Super long hitter, but we worked very hard on consistency, and he became one of the greatest drivers in the world. But for the average player, consistency is even more important than power, because you could be swinging hard at it, hitting the ball, hitting it all over the place, and golf's not much fun, and you're going to shoot really high scores. So the first thing you have to learn is consistency. And with the Swing Wizzard, you're going to develop consistency because you can see how the shaft is working, the positions that you need to be in, and getting into impact, the impact zone, the impact position more consistently all the time by practicing it over and over in your home, in your office. You can practice indoors and start to learn what you need to do to develop a consistent strike. Zach Johnson, he is a very consistent golfer. He's by no means the longest. He's actually one of the shortest hitters, but he won the Masters. He just wore people out. Great ball striking, hitting the center of the fairway, and great wedge play and good putting, and was able to beat the longest hitters in the world and win one of the biggest tournaments in golf. He did it by being super consistent. Consistency is a big topic with me as a teacher. You can learn to be more consistent by using the Swing Wizzard.
Now get ready to start shooting lower scores. Call now and experience the Swing Wizzard, the revolutionary golf training aid endorsed by Jim McLean, teacher of PGA and LPGA Tour champions. You've spent hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on golf equipment. Now maximize your investment by purchasing the Swing Wizzard today and groove a consistent and repeatable swing. When you purchase the Swing Wizzard, you'll receive a set of aim sticks, an in-depth instructional DVD from inventor Keith Rogers, and personal instruction from Jim McLean, teacher of PGA and LPGA Tour champions. Try risk-free for 30 days for $49.95 or one payment of just $149.95 and we'll give you free shipping and handling. So call now, 1-844-949-9273 or 1-844-WIZZARD. That's 1-844-WIZZARD. The proceeding was a paid program for Swing Wizzard, brought to you by Wizzard Golf LLC.